The Steel City is ready at Acrisure Stadium here in Pittsburgh. Today, a good battle in the AFC. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Greg Olson with you. The veteran Matt Prater has this one set to get started. Off we go from the Steel City. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers. His first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Warren. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain there of 21. That's a Steeler first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here's the former Memphis Tiger, Kenneth Gainwell. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Rodgers. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Terrell Bernard in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun. Right. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Now on 4th down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This one from 52 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Samuel going to see what he can do. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense are heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen, in the prime of his career.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Big-time play there for Buffalo. 33 yards.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. And the Bills first down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll go play action here with Allen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, this is James Cook. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This one from 54 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 3-point game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Our game here is part of the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Weekend. Now remember, it's the NFL created a couple years back. What a great job they did. Because no one deserves to be celebrated more than John Madden on Thanksgiving weekend. Of course, Greg and I, all of us at EA Sports, we hope you had a terrific Thursday and you're setting up to settle in for some great football on this very special American holiday. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They put Wilson in motion. Play action now with Rodgers. Joey Bosa getting in for the sack. That's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
The defense is just going to have to find a way, Mike, frankly, to just make this more challenging. From the time the quarterback has in the pocket to the amount of separation the receiver has downfield. At this level, that is just too easy. They've got to tighten up the coverage and find a way to get some pressure on the quarterback. Because if they don't do either, expect a lot more big chunk plays like we just saw there.
It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Steeler first down. Austin brought in motion. The show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender, plotting his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, Rodgers. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. In the shotgun, it's A-Rob. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. That Freiermuth. Touchdown, Steelers.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So, really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Boswell on for the point after. His kick is good, and the Steelers are out to a 10-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. time, all-pro T.J. Watt getting in there to drop them. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Allen. Oh! And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 37. And the Bills, first down. A gain of...
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. To throw is Rodgers. Joey Bosa in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
Rodgers. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
A-Rod out of the gun here on 3rd down. This one is caught by Skoranek. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and Now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. Allen goes with a pop pass. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Cook. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Kincaid. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. In motion goes Cooks. Off the play fake. Here's Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. It's incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
He connects with Palmer on that one. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
We'll try and run here with Cook. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
On the play. That's another Bills 1st down. 1st and goal, Buffalo.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Here's Cook. And he'll take this one in. James Cook. Touchdown, Bills. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Bills are on the board. It's 10-7. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Here's Williams on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Gainwell. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Mike, so often we see when a draw play is called, so much of the success depends upon what look do you get from the defense. In this case, they dial up a blitz. It could be feast or famine. In this case, it's famine. The blitz runs right into the draw. They get stopped. No gain.
2nd down, Rodgers. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 13. That's a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. He'll take this forward for about 5.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up their 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd down and 5. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Rodgers now. And he finds his tight end, Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Warren. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. 1st and goal coming up. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. 2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. Rodgers to throw. Will set up the screen to Gainwell. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. And it's Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The extra point is Boswell. It's up and through. And the Steelers will get out in front 17-7. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. To return, here's Ray Davis. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts first and 10. From the gun, here is Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Play action. Here's Allen. He'll find Shakir open right side. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. To the air once more is Allen. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Buffalo.
Allen to throw again. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is, Continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and 3. Allen going to throw again. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Ball broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points. Mike, he got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
In motion, Shakir. One more time going up top with Allen. Heels, and he's into the end zone. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Bills 14.
Still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. Kenneth Gainwell going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. that separates these two sides as half number 2. Kicks off. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he finds some daylight up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he's going to have the 1st down. Mark him at the 45 and move the chain.
Gain of 9 yards. And the Bills 1st down. A gain of 9 yards.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. What you see there is really the key to a good free safety blitz. Time the snap so that the offense cannot determine that you're rushing. It's exactly what happened here. He's able to bring the ball carrier down for a loss.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. So now they'll throw it with Allen. Pass right side, taken in by Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for the Bills.
That one good for 29.
A gain of 29 yards. 1st down, Buffalo.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take...
That is intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. That's out wide to Warren. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Rodgers. He finds Austin with the grab. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. Ooh. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And He doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. From the gun, Rodgers. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That is brought in. And he's going to take it into the end zone. It's a touchdown. There is a penalty marker down, but it looks like this one's going to hold up.
Offside. Defense.
Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he is stopped. That's 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Into space at the 45. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 22 yards there. 1st down, Buffalo.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
I think that's just a case of a right call at the wrong time, Mike. You typically want to run a draw in more of an obvious passing situation. In this case, the defense was expecting run, and they're able to just eat up that draw play.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, Josh Allen. That one downfield for Cooks. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. Now it's going to be 3rd down. In motion goes Cooks. Allen to throw on 3rd and long. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
First down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's to Kincaid once again. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. It is 2nd and 6. Again, it's Allen to the air. And he'll take it on in. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Bills.
Touchdown, Bills.
Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills cut the lead to 3, 24-21. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Here's Williams on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he powers his way forward, doing it on the ground, inside the 40, a gain of 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. They run with Warren. Good running inside the 25. Jenny won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 37 yards.
So close to taking that one in. Good job defensively. They're able to force him out of bounds just shy of the pylon, but you can bet when he gets up, he's going to look over at his sideline, Mike, and be like, no, coach. Keep me on the field. I want to finish this thing off. This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4 down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Gainwell, and he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
Down here this close, all it takes is 1 defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and goal. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. That one, taken in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown Steelers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Bills 21.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
This one complete to Palmer. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Bills first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Once again, it's Cook. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 31-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Buffalo.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
First and 10, and it's Allen.
So the hope is when you call these underneath traffic routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. Josh Allen on the bootleg. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A run up the middle with Cook.
James Cook, the carrier. Temple lead at the 21-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
So a big kick coming for the veteran Matt Prater. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Steelers offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. His way through an opening up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard. Rodgers now. Here down the field will fall incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short. You think the defense has everybody packed in there real tight. So as a play caller, you're thinking, all right, let's give my running back a chance to stretch and cut. This defense was ready for all of it. They string him out wide. Nowhere to cut. Take him down for a loss.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Shakir to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down. He'll get this up past the 40-yard line.
And the Bills.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Allen working from the pistol. That one down the field, but they cannot get it, and it's incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
16 yards.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
33-yard line.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll go with the sneak, and he's going to have a Bills first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Now, 2nd and 4. From the gun, throw here for Allen. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Go with their fullback trying to get it. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Here's 1st down. Now it's Gainwell. Has an opening past the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
That is caught. What a throw. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bills' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Throwing on second down. It's Allen. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games, and that third down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. Forces fourth and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come down to this fourth down try.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And with time not on their side, they're trying to push the ball, generate some sort of chunk play by throwing the ball over the top of the defense. It's going to end up being a little bit too predictable. The defense is able to take the ball away, and barring something crazy happening, puts them in a prime position to close this one out.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.